Falling in Reverse. If you were an emo kid that was growing up around the early 2010s, this band is no stranger to you. Ever since Ronnie left to escape the faith after prison, Falling in Reverse has been quite the band. Ever since their debut album, The Drug in Me Is You, to now, they've been making some really solid music. And of course, they're always going to have their haters. Sometimes it's understandable, but Falling in Reverse has been making decent music over the years, and I'm one hell of a defender of this band. But I'm not here to talk about their worst records or their worst songs. I'm here to talk about my favorite record from them, Just Like You. While a lot of people would argue The Drug in Me Is You is their best record, I argue that Just Like You is probably their best album to date. And I want to explain some context with this record. In 2013, the band released their second record, Fashionably Late, to disastrous results. This album was just not good. The band was really trying to experiment with genre blending, adding elements of rapcore, crunk, dubstep, EDM into their post-hardcore and metalcore sound. And while I'm not against genre blending, there's just something about this record that makes it so bad. The band just really tried a little too hard to make Ronnie's dream of becoming a rapper a reality. Ronnie has always been open about him wanting to be more of a rapper. Just on Fashionably Late is something that, it sucks. Ronnie Radke's rap verses on this album is just so try hard. But the band knew that Fashionably Late bombed, but they still wanted to continue with genre blending. For example, Just Like You. This album continues the band experimenting and genre blending more, but with better results. For example, this album is a little more poppier than their last. This album has poppier moments like Get Me Out and Just Like You, and they are really fun to listen to. Like, the band has always had elements of pop punk, maybe even straight up pop at points, but nowhere near is it as great, in my opinion, than the title track. Just Like You is just a fun song about being an asshole, about Ronnie admitting to being one, and he's like, fuck you guys. I'm living my life the way that I want to, and you can't deny that I'm just like you. Just Like You is easily one of their best songs in my opinion. I truly do think this song is amazing. Ronnie's always been accused of being an asshole, but at the same time, he's never really cared about it. This album is easily a good return for the fans that wanted a metalcore record from this band. This band has always been good in mixing metalcore, post-hardcore, and pop punk together, and nowhere near is it as great than Just Like You in my opinion. Jackie on this album is amazing. His guitar work is fantastic and phenomenal, and I can easily say the same thing with the other members of the band. Derek truly was a great rhythm guitarist on this record. When Ryan was still in the band at this point, he still did some damn good drum work. And when Fashionably Late was a terrible record, to have all these genre blending, on Just Like You, it works. There's only one song where Ronnie is rapping, and honestly, it's not that bad. Ronnie definitely learned from the last album not to rap all that much. Like, he's still doing it now, but on this record, he decided to lower it down. Even on the follow-up, Coming Home, there's not really much rapping, mainly because I feel like Ronnie knew at this point he should probably just save it for a side project, like his mixtape. But The Bittersweet is a really good song. It's probably the better version of their song Alone. Alone was a disaster. The lyrics did not match, the instrumentals did not match. Overall, the song itself was just a train wreck of an idea. However, the song The Bittersweet continues that idea, but at a much better level. And while this album does have its moments where it's just trying to be edgy, oh good god, there are some really emotional moments on it. The final track, Brother, is about how Ronnie lost his brother Anthony in a motorcycle accident. And the song is just a very pretty piano ballad of just Ronnie grieving. It's probably their most emotional song. I have not heard a single Falling in Reverse song that is this emotional and raw and sincere and personal. And I usually don't do this, but I kind of want to do the deluxe edition tracks as well. Me personally, I don't think deluxe tracks should be mentioned in full-blown album reviews because they're deluxe tracks and not really part of the core of the record. The deluxe edition tracks on here actually work very, very well. My Apocalypse just continues the metalcore and post-hardcore sound that Falling in Reverse has been trying to do and return to on this record. And I can say the same thing with Prey, but when the standard album ended with a really emotional song, Brother, Prey is one of those deluxe edition tracks that can still end the album on a strong note. Prey is another emotional song, and it's probably one of my favorites off the record, and I recommend checking it out. Overall, I can say that Falling in Reverse's best is on this record. And while lately they've been showing their best work with their recent songs, hopefully that album will drop soon. Just Like You is just really nice, it's really good. Drugging Me As You has its moments where the band shines, but I don't think it shines as well as Just Like You did. Coming Home was an album that, if I'm gonna be honest, it sounds a little bit like an Angels and Airways ripoff. And I don't think we could talk too much about Fashionably Late because we all came to the conclusion it was really bad. But Just Like You is an album that's full of fun, full of emotion, probably the band's best instrumental work. It's the perfect Falling in Reverse record, doing what they did on the Drugging Me As You and Fashionably Late, but combining those two records in quite a perfect form. Is it a classic? Is it a perfect record? No, this album definitely has its problems as well. Overall, I recommend checking this out. And with the recent death of Derek Jones, I feel like it's a perfect time to check out some more Falling in Reverse to honor his memory. But that's all I have to say about this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more, hit that like button, hit subscribe. I have a brand new album out called Rough Draft if you're interested. Link will be in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching.